And our next story is from Africa. Gunmen have kidnapped 287 students from a school in Nigeria. A teacher was also abducted by the unidentified gunmen. Now, no group has claimed responsibility for the attack so far. Nigeria has had problems with militant groups who have repeatedly carried out abductions for ransom. However, yesterday's incident is one of the largest mass abductions in the West African nation. The incident took place at a government school in the town of Kuriga of the central state of Kaduna. And the kidnapping happened right after the morning assembly. Several gunmen entered the school compound and started shooting sporadically just before abducting the children and disappearing. Kaduna state authorities said that the gunmen first held the children as hostages before eventually abducting them. A local resident recalled the harrowing incident.
A teacher leading the school assembly was kidnapped. The teacher said he could not run away because some students depended on him for protection. He was kidnapped. A vigilante was also killed while he was trying to scare the gunman away by shooting in the air, but he was killed.
Meanwhile, parents of the abducted children demand answers from the government over the lack of security. A mother shared her grief as state authorities visited the school. Now, the state government has deployed its security forces in the affected area, and the school has been cordoned off, and the search for the kidnapped children is currently underway. Kaduna State's governor met with the grieving parents and assured them of returning their children safely.
Also sat down with the parents of those children that have been kidnapped. Even we have sent a strong message to the mothers, and we made it clear to them that one of the most important responsibilities of the government is to ensure that we protect the lives and properties of our citizens. That by the grace of God, under my able leadership, we will try as much as possible to ensure that every child returns.
Now, in recent years, abductions by armed gangs have been on the rise in the northwestern and central regions of Nigeria. In most cases, the kidnappers use the hostages in exchange for ransom. The latest incident is the second instance of mass abduction in the West African nation just this week. In fact, on Wednesday, suspected militants kidnapped almost 50 women from the country's northeastern Borno state. Now, Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has pledged to crack down on the armed gangs in an attempt to curb the abductions. However, Nigeria's army remains stretched thin as they fight multiple insurgencies across various regions. Will the government launch an operation against the militants, or will they ultimately cave in to their demands? Unfortunately, this story has more questions than answers. Watch this space for updates.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.